Got it. So beautiful out here today. It's 70 something degrees in currently in Brooklyn. 70 something degrees, and it's November the 3rd, something like that. So what I want to talk about is in the my first stint in Canada was in the late 80s. Yeah, it is warm. It is warm. It's going to be warmer still tomorrow, so I'm going to go upstate, up in the mountains tomorrow. I'm going to do the big hike. So I'll do a periscope off the mountains tomorrow. That'll be different. So, in the late 80s, I had landed in Canada. You know, there was nothing going on in Europe. It was a huge recession. And we're upstate, Cold Spring, then hike through 4 mountains to Beacon. So I got to Canada, no fucking clue whatsoever what I was going to do. I landed with $20, wearing a suit and a copy of the London Times under my arm. I don't know what I thought. Like I was just going to get off a plane and someone was going to say, wow, he's here, the fucking savior or something. I don't know. So I get there, no clue what I'm doing, but I needed money. I knew one person in the country, so I crashed on his couch, and I needed money fast. So I got a job knocking on doors, commercial doors, selling what's known as soft-sided luggage. Garment bags, gym bags, anything like that. And it paid cash at the end of each day, which was exactly what I needed. So, first of all, I do the interview, get through the interview. That's an idea. Yeah, 30 years out of date. It's long played out. Do the interview, come in tomorrow for training, and training was something like 7 in the morning. Now, I didn't have a vehicle, so I was 2 hours away, so I got up at 5. You need money, you get a job. Well, not these days. Jobs are done. Jobs are a myth that died out in the last century. No jobs left. And went out there, went to this training, 2 hours to get there. Yes, take your pants off. I know exactly who that is. And next day, short for training. Training consisted of about an hour in a classroom, and then I have got a fucking halo. And then you go out with someone to train you. So the guy I went out with was a Texan guy called Jack. You know, the boots. What he was doing in Canada, I don't know. He had the boots. He was about 6'4". It turned out to be a huge racist fuck, but you know, Jack knew his stuff. So Jack at the time had a Chevy Monte Carlo, and fucking hurry up, man. Fucking. And what he did is load the trunk up with the luggage, and we went out there, and I just watched Jack. And Jack told me this thing. He said, so it's basically clearing out a show. It's 80% off show price, and get the product into their hands. And that's what Jack did, put it in their hands. And I watched Jack make himself a few $100s that day. And I thought, yeah, I can do that. This periscope's getting... I should turn that on silent. People still make phone calls. What the fuck is wrong with them? Anyway, so the next day I go out, and this is what's got me thinking today. I'm walking now to the subway, and I'm taking the long walks. It's a different subject. I'm not in America, I'm in New York City. America's over the fucking Hudson, different country. I'm not even fucking English. So, as I'm walking, I'm going in and out, I'm going in and out these stores and doing this thing, you know, 80% off, we cleared the thing out, but I didn't have the confidence to put the product, to put the stuff into the person's hands. I was nervous. And as I'd walked and walked from, I want to say 9 in the morning, I didn't have a car, so I had to carry all this stuff. And by 4 in the afternoon, 4:30, I was physically starving. I looked at how far I'd walked, and motorcycle. I had fucking $10 to my, not even actually, I didn't have anything. So I had this luggage. I knew if I sold it, I could eat. So I had zero money. But what my motivation was, I don't know. I looked that I'd walked about 2 or 3 miles carrying this luggage, and as I'm walking, I'm not realizing I'm slumping down. It's getting heavier and heavier and heavier. When I looked back and saw how far I'd walked and realized I had to get the stuff back by 6, and I didn't have bus fare. I'm not in America. I'm in fucking New York, for fuck's sake. And I'm not English. Jesus. And I walked and walked and walked, and something just snapped inside of me. I looked back, look how far I'd come, and I fucking lost it completely. No, I'm fucking Ugandan. I lost it completely. I got all this luggage, I threw it against the wall, I started kicking it all over, jumping on it. Really, completely flipped out on all this luggage. So if you were on the Queensway that day, about 5 o'clock in Toronto, you would have seen some guy in a suit. I mean, who even fucking goes out working in fucking suits, really? A guy in a suit, jumping all over all this luggage and kicking it all over the sidewalk. And then it occurred to me, if I damaged it, I'm really in this shit. So the next store I went in, I was so pissed off that I just went in the store and said, listen, we're doing this thing, we're clearing at 80% off. She said, I'm not interested. I said, I don't care, take a look anyway. And I threw the bags. at the woman. All of them. She caught them. And she's looking at them and she says, listen, I can't take all these bags. At this point, I was so fucking wound up, I didn't care. I was bulletproof. So she's got the bags, and all of a sudden she said, I can't take all these. Okay, just take half. She said, well, I don't have that much cash on me, and I knew we could take cash and check. I said, well, just give me the cash you can and write the balance in a check. And then all of a sudden, I realised I had money to eat, but I didn't stop. I didn't want to carry these bags any longer. I went to the next store. Now, bearing in mind, I've been going here about 8 hours and zero. I clear half the stuff out in one store. I walk into the next store. I do the same thing. Yeah, I did eat McDonald's back then. Toxic shit. And same thing, throw the bags at them. I said, your neighbour next door, and this is what's known as third-party marketing, your neighbour next door's took half, I've just got to clear this out and I can go back and da-da-da-da-da. The guy took the rest. I went and ate 6 Big Macs because I didn't know any fucking better now. Then, sorry, I know better now. Wouldn't even use the fucking bathroom in the place now. And I came back and I'd made some money. But what changed is my physiology. I went from being slumped with the weight of all these bags on me to when I started throwing them against the wall, my whole body language changed. And I had a mental, I don't give a fuck. I just threw the bags at some fucking random strange woman in the store. Take a look. So when we change our physiology, everything else changes. Everything. When you change your body language, if you know someone that walks around with the rain cloud over them, cross over the street and get the fuck out of the way. Because it's all to do with that. So I changed my physiology. The next day I went out, did well again. I'll tell you how it did end up though. Is on about the 4th or 5th day, because I kept asking, where's this trade show we're clearing out that we can give 80% off? And they wouldn't give me an answer. And it turned out it was bullshit. There was no trade show. At that point, my business went to nothing. Why? I had no belief, no conviction. It comes across, and that affects your physiology as well. So I see lots of people doing videos all over Facebook, YouTube, whatever. I started them just over a year ago. There wasn't that many people doing it then. But here's what I will tell you about videos. If you sat on your ass at a desk, if you sat in your car, your physiology is sat. If you're walking around, this is what I always do, and if you're walking around, communication is based on 3 things. What we say, how we say it, and our physiology, our body language. 7%, the words we use can affect communication. 38% is how you say it, whether it's speed, tone, volume, fluctuation. However, 55% of your communication skill is based on your physiology. So if you're making videos, which is great, get off your fucking ass and get walking around and make some. Guys from beautiful, sunny New York City, I'm out of here. I got shit to do. Oh, stop.